Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time I'm going to be going over the Road of the Kings update that just dropped today on February 2nd, and I'm going to be going over tons of deck lists, not just off of Road of the King, but also off a bunch of the references that they had and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and hop right in. So it said, welcome to week 4 of the OCG format. This report tabulates 92 top performing decks from 20 tournaments that were held in Japan and China mainland during the 27th through 31st January 2024. To better gauge the impact of the new booster set on the metagame, tournaments that did not allow Legacy of Destructions, such as the YuGiOh Area Championship, okay, yada yada yada, were excluded from this. Okay, so going ahead and hopping in, so this is what they said the metagame is right now, based off of these tournaments from this weekend. Fire King at 27%, Voiceless Voice at 18.5%, and then, you know, a couple other decks, like Sky Striker at 4.3%, that's crazy. But okay, now we can go ahead and scroll down to Fire King. So the minor change made was the addition of DD Crow to the side deck, mainly as a tech against Voiceless Voice. When the opponent activates the Tiara's effect and tributes Diviner as cost, DD Crow can be chained to target Diviner, and then resolving the chain Diviner is banished, so then Diviner effect won't be able to activate, to go ahead and summon out the Novox. Okay, this game mechanic, yep. I'm not going to go over the game mechanics. DD Crow could also be used to banish, this is the Novox, the low, to stop it from special summoning from graveyard. It can banish Queen. It can banish Prayers to prevent their graveyard effect, or banish the ritual monster targeted by a Dino Mondo effect. So they went 6-1, excluding one bye, and finished first in the tournament, which had 37 teams and 107 participants. Okay, so looking at the deck list, still playing the normal Fire King package, still playing the same Snake Eye stuff. Nothing really changed in the deck list. The deck list looks exactly the same as before, at least main deck. Extra deck, we can see Underworld Goddess in there. We don't see the Link to Moon, that, you know, is like the little version of this. So that way you can like link off easier with more of their things. We don't see that there. And then we can see, yeah, one copy of DD Crow in the side deck. Yeah, so I mean, sure, yeah, DD Crow does help against the Voiceless Voice deck. So is Gamma, you know, Delta can definitely work out too. Just more hand traps that can hit multiple of the meta decks. We see Solemn Strike is up to 3, Cosmic's down to 2. Okay, but going on to the next deck, now we have Voiceless Voice. So it says, Legacy of Destruction comes with new support cards for Voiceless, but mainly Blessing of the Voiceless Voice is seen playing in the competitive scene. Blessing of the Voiceless Voice is a new continuous spell that can be brought out by the Novox. And then, yeah, Blessing effect adds a Voiceless Voice card from the graveyard or banished to the hand, providing much needed recursion to the theme. It can shuffle Queen or Prayers that were banished to activate their graveyard effects, or salvage a Radiance of the Voiceless Voice that is played as a one of. Not sure what Radiance is, to be honest. Is that the trap card? Is that like the OCG name of it? I have the card pulled up right here, so we can read it. It says, target one of your Silent Force cards that's banished or in the graveyard at hand. Then it says, if a non-ritual monster is normal summon or special summon face up, you can ritual summon one light warrior or dragon ritual monster from your hand by attributing monsters from your hand and or field whose total levels equal or exceed that monster's level. And if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle. You can only use each effect of this once per turn. So also, reading over this, this also would count the opponent, right? So this means you can ritual on their turn, pretty sure. Unless if this is like a mistranslation or something. But okay, alright. I mean, it is a pretty good card overall, right? Like, that is good for this deck. There's many times where you'll have, like, the trap already, and then you'll already have the spell, and you're like, okay, sure, let me bring out another spell. But now you actually have, like, a different card to bring out, and it's also a good turn, too, to, like, get access to the trap card and set your interruptions back up and stuff like that. So that's good. Blessing the Voiceless Voice enables the player to perform ritual summon when a non-ritual is normal summon or special summon. This can be used during the opponent's turn to summon one to add a disruption. And then when a light or, you know, whatever something summoned low will be able to activate its effect to summon itself back out. And then that can go ahead and activate to place the trap from deck. Running one Secure Garden in the extra deck as a consideration, as it can be used to trigger Blessing of the Voiceless Voice effect to perform a ritual summon. A possible scenario is the following: opening with Low and Skull Guardian in the hand. Yeah, and then this is just a combo. Also, if y'all want me to make a combo on Voiceless Voice, I can do that with the new stuff or without the new stuff, like this stuff from the LOD. This card says, so step 1, normal summon out low, effect, place Blessing from the deck, the new one, low in the Link Karibo, and then Blessing effect to add low from the graveyard to hand, and then Link Karibo in the Secure Gardener, Blessing effect, ritual summon Skull Guardian by tributing the low from hand, low, Skull Guardian, so summon out low, Skull Guardian, go ahead, search out for Queen, Queen, discard, dump, add out a Sararvis. Then on the opponent's turn, when they normal summon or special summon, you can use Blessing to ritual summon and use the low to summon out Sararvis, low summon itself out, and then low effect to place the trap from deck. Yep, so it is the trap's name in OCG, and then that's a good amount of interruptions. That's what, 3 interruptions right there? Yeah, not bad, not bad. Then we got Bestial, Magma, and Jerusalem in the side. Plays a similar function as DD Crow in the Voiceless Mirror. However, yeah, it won't work versus Tira. So, however, if Tira's tribute is diviner as cost and the opponent has no monsters on field, then Bestial, Magma, and Jerusalem cannot be activated as a quick effect. That is true. So we see him playing the Odd Eyes in the main deck as a spell negate there. Just more interruptions to try to stop like the Fire King Snake Eye deck. See 2 pre-prep in the main deck there. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really look like the deck has changed very much. Really, they just added the 1 spell into the deck, which is just like a really good card, of course. So of course you're gonna play it. I think it's probably just okay as a 1-of. Then, okay, looking at the extra deck. I mean, the extra deck was already pretty free before. It is still pretty free now. One thing that we don't see is them playing like a rank 1 Downard Zeus or anything to be able to turn like the lows into a Zeus line. We can see the DDGs in the side deck to be able to try to floodgate the opponent. The Bestials both at 1, Gamma, the spell negate side frame in there too. Okay. Says conclusion, the release of Legacy of Destruction saw a huge increase or interest spike in Voiceless Voice. Ratio played Sinful Spoil Snake Eye on Sunday but switched to Voiceless on Wednesday. He explained in a reply under his tweet that he thinks Sinful Spoil Snake Eye is still a stronger deck than Voiceless Voice. He is just trying out Voiceless Voice to familiarize himself with the gameplay. He would pick up Sinful Spoil Snake Eye King if he's seeking to win the tournament. Chimera has a boost with the Nightmare Appearance, or I don't even know how to say that card's name. Melodious and Tenpai Dragon are seeing experimentation among players. Rakea could be splashed as a small package in Sanavalon, Rika, and Trap Tricks. Then it's saying Inferno Grave, Squirmer, and Nightmare Throne are a boost to YuGiOh and are being splashed with the Dark Beckoning Beast and Unchained as an experimental Fiend Link deck. And then right here are a bunch of references, and I actually opened up most of these references. I looked at some of them. Some of them I didn't want to even go over because some of them were just not very good references at all, and just not real tournaments. So I don't want to go over those ones because I don't think they're very real. But okay, I will hop into some of them here. So this is the person that they were actually just talking about. The Rai 10. Oh, also there's a little video going on right there. But okay, so this is the deck list. Pretty sure this is the one that we just saw. Yeah, this is the one that we just saw. Okay, so going on to the next one. We see another Voiceless list. Okay, again, nothing really changes. We see a Prod of Prosperity, Extravagance, and Pre-Prep in this list. And then 3 Dino Mondo, okay, Phantasme, Nib, Droplet, Cosmic, Called By in the side. Oh, okay. Okay, this player didn't play Called By at all. Okay, that is something to notice and, like, take note of, right? That they're not playing Called By in their deck. Okay, okay. And then we have another Voiceless list. So this one plays... Okay, it just has it laid out weird. 2 Veiler, 2 Droll, 2 Bell, the 4 Pots. And then we see, okay, rest pretty standard. Extra deck that do play the Underworld Goddess with the Moon Link too. Celine access code with the Charmers. Yup, that does work with like Veiler Droll also. And then, okay, Phantasma, which can also search out other things, not just, I'm at Magma. Magma can search out other things than just like the Phantasma on the side. It can also search out like some main deck options. because we do have dragons in our main deck. We see anti-spell as our, floodgate of choice. And then the last list is a unchained list. Okay, now one thing is they do have the Shavara at 3. We do not, which is, a pretty big difference. But they're playing a pretty small unchained package, cutting down on a lot of it. Even like the trap cards, no spell. Well, I mean, we have Abomination's Prison, but no Wailing or anything like that is what I meant. And then extra deck package, pretty cut down with like Gigantic, Gin Buster. Okay. A Strike, some Typhoons, which I guess this works versus Voiceless Voice, because they put multiple things face up eventually, and then also it can work against Fire King, not very well though, right? Because they'll have Sanctuary Island, and Sanctuary can protect the island. So interesting choice there. I guess it can also hit the Pendulum FTK deck that is running around in OCG2 though. But okay, yeah, this is interesting. I gotta read more into these cards, because I haven't looked at the LOD set at all pretty much yet, because it's still months away in the TCG. But it's definitely something I want to start looking at here shortly though, because that's interesting. But okay, on to the next tournament. So here is the list. We got Snake Eye, Fire King, playing just like, normal Fire King package. Honestly, it's just super standard deck list. Yeah, just nothing crazy in it. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, once again, just does not seem like there's anything that crazy. I mean, we keep seeing Underworld Goddess in the extra deck, but other than that, nothing crazy. Then, once again, pretty standard Fire King Snake Eye list. Nothing crazy. Once again, I guess like they weren't playing Heat Soul. This player is playing Heat Soul. Heat Soul is a pretty good card. Okay, yeah, but nothing too crazy different. I mean, that's fair, They feel like they've gotten the deck down to a point to where they like it. Now on to the next tourney. We can see that there is this Lightsworn stuff. With the new stuff, we see a tier in there too, with a tier planet. Okay, yeah, I guess you can go like Visas, tier planet, Sharon, and try to do something like that. They played this. Oh, I guess they do have Snow. Because this card's like Detach. Takes 2 level 3s, Detach, burn the opponent, times 100 for each banished card, I'm pretty certain. So you can just go into that multiple times and burn the opponent for like a lot? Is there another way to do it? We see triple Selene? Bro, what is going on with this deck list? See Goki Pole, Mothman, tons of, potential mills that can be good. Okay, this has got to be like a troll deck list. Hold on, let me see what the translation here says. It says, winner, runner-up was Fire King, then branded Fire King. Wow, so this deck actually won. No going second cards in the main deck. I would love to see this deck in action and see how it actually ends up working out. This is obviously with the new stuff that comes out in the LOD set. And I know it's not LOD, it's called Light of Destruction. They're going to call it something else because I know there's already a set called LOD, but I'm just going to call it LOD. Okay. On to the next one now. This one is a little bit weird because this one's in like a weird video type form. So I'm going to have to start and pause it. Okay. So we have this list. Okay, it's like decent size for the video. Okay. We can see that it is a Centurion deck with some of the new stuff in it. We see 100 Apples, Talons, Crossout, Called By. They don't have Calamities anymore. That is a problem. I think that they're side decking the Horus package. Okay, side decks the Horus package. Interesting. I guess once the main deck as many go in second cards as possible, and then side deck into more engine if they go first or they believe that they don't need it. Okay, and then there's more than just that list. So now we have Sky Striker. Okay, so this is one of the people that made Sky Striker on the top 5 in that metagame thing. Okay, I mean, sure, they have Kaiser Coliseum. It just looks like pure Striker. Nothing Nothing out of the blue. Wait. Actually, I do want to look at the extra deck because I was going to say, yeah, they have a bunch of the new striker monsters. It's kind of hard to see the extra deck, but they have a bunch of the new striker stuff. We don't get that support for a little bit still. Then we can see a voiceless voice deck. Okay, this looks very similar to the ones we saw before. We see a Super Poly in the main deck, one in the side deck. And then, the targets in the extra deck with a Garua, Mud Dragon. Okay. Super Poly might end up being more popular over there. A lot of people have cut it from their voiceless voice deck, though. It's actually the first person we see play it. And then, on to the last list, we have a branded list. Anything too crazy in it? I mean, they're playing 60 with grass. Oh, they're playing the... Oh, I forget that trap's name, but you can, like, activate it, and then... Oh, I forget exactly what that card does. I know there used to be an FTK with, like, a Hero Electrum FTK with that trap in the field spell. You just, like, banish and go forever and then win. Oh my gosh, I forget that trap's name, but... Okay. Sure. Alright, so looking at the next deck list now. Yeah, so this is as big as these deck lists are going to get for this website right here, specifically for this tournament. So this one we have a voiceless voice deck. 2 talents, 2 called by, Imperm, Veiler, Maxi, Ash, Rock. Pretty standard engine. Yep, nothing too crazy. Just playing one of the new spell. Yeah, I feel like everyone's gonna play one of the new spell. Okay, that one's probably a little bit too hard to look over. More voiceless. Wow, so a lot of people deciding to play voiceless. You guys have to think though, these aren't like super big tournaments, right? So like, people are going to also play stuff that they want to play. You have to realize these tournaments are more like, they're like a little bit bigger than the average locals would be, right? These aren't as bad as locals, but they're also not as good as a regional. I would say they're in like the middle, which is like, a regional is also not that crazy anyways to begin with, and a locals is pretty bad. So it's like, it's kind of in the middle. It doesn't mean everything. Like, this isn't like standard. This isn't like their real format. Like the meta thing, I still don't believe is like the best way to do it. But I just want to go over the lists. We can see Natty's Servant in the list and no Diviner. Okay, that is definitely something that is different than the other lists that we've seen. But yeah, I was just saying, like, people are going to try to play different decks. Some people are probably bored of playing the Fire King deck, so they're going to switch over to different things to try it out. We see Summon Limit as their side deck of choice. And then the last list. Oh, this is the new Dragon deck. Yeah, we see Blaster in there, Magma Mutt, the OTK stuff with tons of non-engine trying to OTK the opponent. Yes, even through like Prosperity Upstart, I'm fairly certain this deck can OTK through those. I haven't looked into the deck very much, but I've been told that it can. Okay, on to the next list now. We have a Fire King Snake Eye deck. Okay, they play 2 Ponix in the list. They do play Oak, which, I think it's obviously correct to be playing Oak. It can hurt some playing, into Max C, but I think it should still be in the list for when the opponent doesn't have Max C, which is like, more often than not, or if you have an out to Max C. Maxi, Veiler, Talons, Called by Crossout, Wanted, Bonfire, 2 Island, 1 Sanctuary, a Skyburn. Okay, nothing too crazy about the extra deck. Side deck, Red Reboot, Pointer, Thrust, Droplet, Heavy Storm, Harpies, Droll, a Lancia, 2 Phantasma, 2 Nib. Also, the Lancia makes more sense. People commented on the last video, because it does work against like Ritual Beast, Fluounderies. It can help a little bit against like Rescue Waves. There's just like a bunch of random decks that do banish over there. So it is something that you could side deck if you want to help out your rogue matchup. Okay. I did click one over. I don't know if that's a real list, but I'm going to click off of that now. Then we have a Fire King Snake Eye list. They play 2 Garunics. Then... Okay, yeah, nothing else different. Just decided to play 2 Garunics on their list. Then extra deck, nothing crazy. Side deck, I guess just Phantasme, Change of Heart, Red Reboot, Strike. Okay. Yeah, we see a lot of strike in their lists over there. It's interesting to see. I mean, it is a very good going first card, of course. But it makes you think, like, is that better than a Floodgate? But then also, like, you have to think this also isn't like a YCS. This is also not. This is like, it's like under original, above a local, right? So it's like maybe you want something that can hit tons of different matchups because you think that you're gonna play against a ton of different matchups, not just like the most popular deck. But also Voiceless Voice is getting more popular, so Strike is really good against them. Okay, looking at this list. I mean, pretty much the same as the last ones. Yeah, it seems like most of the Fire King Snake Eye lists are just copy and paste at this point, with very few deviations from it. You know, the Cyframe package on the side, Summon Limit, Red Reboot's becoming more and more popular. Probably just because Red Reboot's, like, I was going to say, it's like one of the ways to actually beat stuff like DDG and stuff. No Odd Eyes in the main deck of this deck. Troll, Maxi, Ash, Imperm, no Prosperity, Place Extravagance, 3 pre-prep, 1 of the new spell. Yeah, 3, 2, 1, 1 seems to be roughly standard for the Voiceless Voice spells and traps. Okay, and then on to the next list now. This is a first place. See, this had 39 people at it. Oh wait, this wasn't even first place. Oh no, this is the first cup. Okay, this is the 4th place Snake Eye list. This is a pure Snake Eye list though. So we can see 2 Flamebirds, 1/1, 1 original, 1 temple, 1 dramatic chase, 1 subversion, 1 trap. I don't even know what this card is. Yeah, I don't even know what this card is. It has a Dark Magician with a Monster Reborn art on it. I gotta find out what that card is. I'm guessing that's one of the new cards that just came out in their new set. But also, you know, OCG does have cards that we don't have, and vice versa, so maybe it's just one of those. But okay. We see Assembled in the extra deck with Zeus. You know, no Super Poly anywhere. You know, I mean, Assembled, you know, there's a lot of level 1s in this deck that you can get access to. You know, no Where Art Thou, Magician Soul, shenanigans that we're doing over here in the TCG. No Celine or anything. No Celine, no Appaloosa. Plays the OTK line, but no access code. Oh, man, I feel like this deck actually is kind of just, I don't know. I feel like their extract is just really wrong. They play Underworld Goddess in it. Yeah, their extract has just got to be wrong. It's going to be rough, right? Yeah, it's got to be rough. There's a reason why... You know, they got like 4th place at a 39-person tournament. I would like to see them play in like a bigger tournament, and see how they do there, or how their changes would be post-tournament or anything. Going on to the next list now. So this is the pretty sure is the new Illusionist monster that just came out over there. They also play in the Dark Barrier statue that you can get by dumping it off this, and then banish to bring back off this. So that way you can like Dark Lock the opponent. And then you can, like, if they go normal summon, you can, like, Guardian Chimera pop it or something. And then the opponent just, like, okay, now they can't out it. Or Magnum their reliever, pop their normal summon. Okay, you're Dark Locked, you can't play. Nice game. Doesn't play too much non-engine, but plays enough. 1 Nip, 3 Ash, 3 Max C, 2 Veiler, 2 Called By, a Cross Out, 2 Super Poly. You know, we also have 3 Patchwork. We do play 2 Poly in the deck. We don't play 1 of it like we see a lot of people do in the TCG because we can put Poly back with Magnum the Reliever. Then they play 3 Edgem. They do play Shaddoll in the extra because they side deck Shaddoll Fusion Aerial, which can help to try to break the graveyard out of like a Fire King player. And also lets you dump Gazelle as a fusion material, so it's also like a starter. And it's gonna like, you know, called by the opponent's graveyard, pretty much like boop boop boop, wipe those cards out. And then put Shek up on the field, which is just a body at that point, really. There's also one that's summoned from the extra deck though for like a Magnum the Reliever. Okay. We see a Zombie Vampire in the deck. Interesting. And a Chaos Angel Muckraker SP. Then I mean, one thing that is really good is you can Chaos Angel and then make Muckraker summon Chaos Angel, effect to go banish. If they also played like Sky Crisis, then you can also Sky Crisis over the Chaos Angel after that and try to out tons of cards. Then we see a Fluounderee's list. Okay, 2 token. Plays set rotation with the spell. Doesn't pay the Samorg main deck monster though, which can also help you beat stuff like Ash Blossom. You know, this deck isn't mandatory 3 Ash in the main because it doesn't have to. It's not like we're trying to beat Max C. Our deck just naturally beats that card. Okay. Okay, yeah, 3 Sky Crisis. Yeah, it makes sense for this deck. I guess, honestly. I guess 3 of it doesn't make sense, though. You're never going to go into 3 of it. So you may as well not even play 3 of it. I guess 2 of it would make sense. But I guess you do play Extravagance and stuff. Sure. The Extract does actually come up in Flu sometimes, though. It actually does come up sometimes. 1D Fissure. I don't think they have this card at 1. I'm pretty sure they have this card at 3. This card is really good, though. Especially in this deck. It can help you beat stuff like Veiler, Droll. But I guess those aren't really in the format anymore. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, because D-Fissure can act as a floodgate, but also as a way to, like, protect your plays. Kind of like how a lot of Pearly players are doing right now in the TCG. Then we have a Salad list. Okay, 1 Spinny, 2 Lady Debug, you know, plays the Mirror. Okay, doesn't play Rage in the deck. Huh? Okay, no Rage is crazy. Okay, doesn't play Pyro Phoenix, which is, like, fine. That's okay. But no Rage? Like, nah, I'm 100% playing Rage in this deck. I understand the traps aren't the greatest to draw, but, like, you also have to build, like, an end board that's actually good enough, right? And there's, like, a lot of times... Yeah, 100% you play it. There's so many times where you can end with Rage or Roar, and then still have other stuff that you build too, also. So I feel like you'd want to have both. There's, like, so many times where you can end on both. Like, a lot of hands. If you draw multiple engine, you can get the both. Then, okay, we have Snake Eye Fire King once again. Pretty standard deck list. Nothing crazy. Plays tons of Bestials in the side deck. A Pankratops, 3 Imperial Iron Wall. Okay. And then, also Lancia can work versus Voiceless Voice too a little bit. A little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. Okay, so these don't get... Yeah, this image doesn't get that big. So we'll go over these ones quickly. Voiceless Voice doesn't play the new spell. That just can't be right. Okay, then we have an Illusionist deck. I'm kind of just going to click over these. If you want to look at them, you can kind of just pause on them. I don't want to spend too much time on it because the pictures are really small. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, so Fire King, Voiceless Voice. I don't even know what that is. That's Flu. I think that's Rika. Sword Soul. Sword Soul! Moyi! There's some Labyrinth right there. Exo Sister with a new package. Hold up. Screenshotted, taking notes. It's the Melodia stuff. I'm taking notes. I love Exo Sister. I will be stealing your deck list. Thank you very much. And then we have a Flu deck. Yeah, they do have D-Fissure at multiple because this person's main decking multiple. We also see Fossil Dyna in a Wind level 3. That kind of looks like a fish thing. I don't know what card that is, to be honest. Side deck's Latent Prison Ymir. Okay, that's a fake deck list, obviously. It's not very good. Then we have a Ice Barrier deck. Okay, and I just don't know what the new stuff does out of this deck, to be honest. I will be looking into it relatively soon, though, because I know the new stuff drops in about a month. So I do want to, be prepared for it. But on to the next list. This is just, first one, Ice Barrier. Okay, once again, I don't know what I'm looking at, so I'm not even going to try to. I see Ice Jades in it. I see some Ice Jade stuff that can make, like, the Synchro 10s. I know it's like a Long Young buff for water. And now we have a Voiceless Voice deck. Oh my gosh, this deck's so shiny. The entire deck is almost just so shiny, except for, like, 5 cards. Jeez. And even in the extra deck. Holy. Then, okay. So now we have this Voiceless Voice list. Is that a... No, shot. Nah, there's no shot. It's like a almost Ghost Rare Nib. That's like an almost Ghost Rare Ash. Oh my gosh. A Ghost Rare Nib? Ghost Rare Ash? That sounds sick. I don't even like high rarity cards that much, but that sounds sick. But okay. Focus. See Azalea in the extract, Anomondo, the Secure Gardener stuff. Yeah, I think everyone's going to be playing Secure Gardener in this deck. I don't know if that card's been reprinted recently or not in the TCG, but if that card only has one printing or something, I would suggest picking up your printing of it now. Again, I don't know if it has multiple printings or not. This isn't a market watch. I wasn't prepared for this. But that is a card that I'm pretty sure every voiceless list will be playing. So if it only has one printing, I'd suggest picking it up sooner than later if you plan on playing the deck. We see a Snake Eye deck play Parallel Exceed in it with Flame Banshee. Okay. Because that can search a Pyro. So I guess if you go like Hand Trap, but they don't even play Amirage. Huh. So I mean you can go Parallel, Flame Banshee. Can we see their side deck? Because I'm guessing their side deck has the FTK in it then, right? Where you can go like Nemesis Flag into the Protoss. Because Protoss is still legal over there. You can do stuff like that. Okay, next list. Can't really see it that well, but we do see Circle in the list. 1 Sanctuary, 1 Island, 1 Circle. Instead of playing like Skyburn, which I don't think is correct for their format, just because they have Max C in it and they want to play a little bit more conservatively. You know, like you always want to have a nice plan B through Max C, so I don't think Circle's correct over there. While in TCG, I think Circle is correct. Now we see Branded with Grass in it. Okay, Natter Servant. Natter Servant might also be a decent pickup right now too, just because, you know, Branded. I mean, you know, their Branded is different than our Branded, but also for Voiceless Voice in case if people end up playing that deck. You know, I'm not saying to buy these cards. You know, maybe if you want to, if you could happen to trade for them, if you're doing a trade and maybe you can, you know, sneak one of those in there real quick, pick one of them up. Maybe it's worth doing it if you plan on playing the deck. Now we see, what is this? Why is it in the hand trap spot? What hand trap is that? Is there a new hand trap coming? Nah, I would have heard about it. What is that? I don't know. Is that a Magius card? Because I see him putting a bunch of these cards here. I don't know. I'm gonna look after the video. And I'm gonna find out. Oh, we see Orcust with a little like Vanadium type package, you know, not Vanadium stuff, but like the Scareclaw little package. Okay. Some Recyclers, a Golem, the Horus package. Okay, that deck list is based. They have Curious in the deck. Oh, I guess that is a big difference, right? Is that this stuff can make Curious, but we don't have Curious in the TCG anymore. Can't believe we banned that card when nobody was playing it. Literally everybody stopped playing it and then they banned it. But that card probably should have been banned anyways though. Okay, now we see some Snake Eye Fire King deck. Yep, nothing crazy. Once again. Oh my gosh, this is too much work to look at. Oh! You know something else I just realized? This was in the video I made earlier about the Duelist Meta website. This is actually where they got the pictures from. Yup, here's the salad deck that they talked about. Yup. This was what they were doing. Okay. Hey! What's up, dude? Then, alright. On to the last one. So this one says Voiceless Voice was the most popular deck at this tournament, but you also have to think the deck just got support for this tournament. So that's not too surprising, to be honest, to see it be the most popular. It's also more of a local scene, remember that. Oh, this is where they also got pictures from. Yup. Pearly, Rika Avalon, Unchained, Branded. Yeah. I'm actually curious. How many players were in this? Okay, let me go translate to English. Okay, so this is the following is my battle report. Okay, 84 players were in it. That's really all I cared about. But I didn't know this was posted by an individual. I thought this was posted by like the tournament. Okay, but fair enough. To sum it up, every Swiss round before is a life and death game. I climbed back. I had no choice with my physical strength and mental health. I didn't hold on tight, and I made a fatal mistake in the end, and my hands got stuck. I regretted that I could only stop in the top 4, but it also shows I have room for improvement. I continue to climb, and I hope that I can use the break again in the next competition. Analysis of the environment for a mechanical charge. All right, fair enough. Honestly, I don't know who you are, but I wish you the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck. Also, there's no shot this is the champion's name. There's no shot this is the champion's name. That's gotta be an alt, right? There's no shot this is their name. But, okay. That is going to be it for the video. I just went over tons of OCG decks. Tons of them. I've also went over these like OCG decks earlier in my other video that I posted going over the Duelist meta website. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. If you like videos like this, go ahead and comment it down below. I can go over some of the references more and more often. I also do think, as you saw, some of these tournaments didn't seem like the best tourneys. They didn't have like the best decks doing well. But maybe that also just means that, other decks are actually able to beat the Fire King deck. Remember, we are in a different format than OCG. Just because we will have access to a lot of the same cards does not mean we are in the same format. They have stuff like Maxi. They have different format standards than we have. So it will be a different format overall. And I do think because of that, we will see Snake Eye decks do better over here than we are seeing Snake Eye type decks do over there. I just want to throw that one out there. And also like stuff like Rescue Ace. Rescue Ace is really hit over there. They have Emergency at 1, Prosperity at 1, stuff like that. Over here, we still have Emergency at 3. Our Airlifter maybe head down to 1, but that's fine. I'd rather have Airlifter at 1, Emergency at 3, than Airlifter at 2, Emergency at 1. Any day. Emergency is a really good card. But okay, that is going to be it for the video. And I will link the Road to the King little page down below in the description if you want to go ahead and check it out yourself, and just scroll down to the bottom to the references if you want to look at any of these lists yourself. And the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.